In the late 1940s, a transport plane carrying more than 100 prisoners crash-landed on a remote, uncharted island. Only around 30 survived the impact, including a quiet, sharp-eyed man named Grant Heft Otto, who had been in custody for stealing and selling cars at high profit. For the first few days, the survivors managed well enough, gathering supplies from the wreckage and rationing what they could. But as the weeks crawled by with no sign of rescue, panic slowly began to seep in. When the emergency food finally ran out, something far worse than hunger began to sweep over the camp. Night after night, prisoners started disappearing, vanishing without a sound. Some survivors whispered that something lived deep in the island's center, something that watched them from the shadows. No one dared go near it until there were only a handful of men left alive. Desperate and trembling, they finally worked up the courage to investigate. After a short, tense hike inland, they spotted a small wooden cabin, as if it had been standing there long before any map existed. But the moment they approached, a wave of nausea hit them, thick, heavy, unnatural. Then, without warning, the cabin door burst open. A man lunged out, wild-eyed, filthy, barefoot, and familiar. They turned and ran toward the beach in blind terror. Only once they reached the shoreline did they realize one of their group had vanished along the way, silently, without even a scream. After a frantic argument, they came to a single horrifying conclusion. The man they saw in the cabin was Grant Heft Otto. He hadn't disappeared. He had changed. Too afraid to remain another night, the survivors built a makeshift raft at dawn and pushed off into the open sea. Hours later, they were found and rescued by a passing Navy ship. But when the officers returned to investigate the island days later, they found something deeply unsettling. The island was gone. No wreckage, no bodies, not even the faintest trace of land, just endless, empty ocean where the island had once been. Some of the rescued men swore they still heard the faint sound of footsteps following them at night. Slow, heavy, and dragging, like someone was still trying to catch up.